Hello and welcome along to the weekend review here on Proper Sport. It's that time of week again to have a look back at everything that's happened in the world of football, and I'm very pleased to say that we're joined again by Joe Redmond. Joe, how are you doing?
Yeah, good. Good to be back.
It certainly is.
I've missed you.
I was going to say, it's been a while, because you took a week off and then I was off for a week. It seems
been
for ages.
too long, and that's what I mean. This show needs us.
It does.
But obviously, you had to draft Liam in because I wasn't here.
Had to as well.
Yeah,
had to.
But obviously, Liam's obviously a wonderful person and a wonderful journalist, but he's just no Joe Redmond, is he?
No, he's no Joe Redmond. Certainly isn't. The bread and butter is back once again.
Yes.
Let's have a look at some of the football that's been happening this weekend then. And Burnley top in the order. Not for the right reasons though.
Nah. Moving on. All credit to Lincoln. They came and executed their game plan perfectly. They came to bully us. They came to push us off the ball. And that's exactly what they did. And I'm not saying that like discrediting them. That's exactly what they did. We got dragged down to their level. It turned into a non-league game. It was a battle. There was every time the ball was in the air. I think his name's Matt Reed. Their number 9. He was bullying everybody, pushing him off the ball. We had no protection from the referee whatsoever. Now again, that's not an excuse. But I think on a different day, a different referee, we might have had a bit more protection off him, and it might not have gone that way. We might have been able to play some football. But all in all, we deserved what we got. To be honest, everybody was poor. I don't think there was one decent player on the pitch. Joey Barton was terrible. He got bullied by...
Let's say he covered himself in glory, did he there? No,
it's the first time in a Burnley shirt he's done something stupid as well, and probably the first time he's put in a bad performance as well. So I guess in a year and a half you can't really grumble, especially after what he did last season. But again, he got bullied a lot quite off the ball. I know there's been a lot of things made about his antics with the arm and things like that, and now he went down like a sack of spuds when the arm brushed his head and things like that. But you know, there's a few clips where obviously I was on the game, so I saw it where he got elbowed in the head and things like that. But obviously they don't come to the surface because that's not a good enough story for people to do. But I think he got bullied, and that was the problem. He got bullied. Everybody's got bullied, and that's why Joey Barton was in there. He was there to stop or bully back, sort of thing, and give as good as you got. But he just got absolutely bullied, and the majority of them did. And Andre Gray was even worse than Joey Barton. He was probably the worst player on the pitch. Yeah, and we made 6 changes, but yet we put the likes of Heaton and Gray in to sort of, let's say, all right, we've made 6 changes, but we've still got these decent enough players on the pitch. But when your best player is playing like that, honestly, his touch was horrendous. Every single time he's either offside or he gets the ball, it just pings off him. It was dreadful. And Arfield as well, he's been a fantastic servant, and he was dreadful as well yesterday. All in all, not a good day at the office, and we deserved exactly what we got.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We'll move on for your own sanity as well there, Joe. But let's have a look elsewhere. Down at the Den, Millwall picking up a big result against Premier League champions.
Yeah, and I think this was the biggest shock of the round. The Lincoln, forget about it. No care. But this was definitely... But yeah, I know Leicester made 10 changes. Obviously not as many as Burnley, but Burnley didn't make as many. But it's still obviously quite a lot for both teams to be making, especially Leicester, because you think with the way and it's one of them, innit? Do you go out the cup and concentrate on the league? I think in Leicester's case it might be a blessing in disguise, but if you get a cup run going, it can build confidence. And if Leicester had won this match, not making so many changes, and like I said, got on to win the match, it could have helped boost the confidence and get things going. It's you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. We'll see what happens in the league for them now, whether this is a blessing in disguise, or, like I said, a cup run could have instilled some confidence in them.
Yeah, certainly very interesting to see what happens there. Elsewhere, Huddersfield 0, Manchester City 0, and both sides making quite a few changes, and Huddersfield managing to get a draw there and get a replay.
Huddersfield haven't made so many changes. I think they probably could have gone on to win that with the way the game panned out. But like you say, there is a replay now at the Etihad. I think maybe Huddersfield's chance has gone, to be honest. If they were going to do it, I think they'd have to do it at the John Smiths. But you know, they'll all get a day out, and I'm sure they'll take thousands to the Etihad, and it should be a good day. And you never know, they might nick a win, because with Jesus being injured, or Jesus, however it's pronounced, Man City's saviour seems to have, because they were really poor, weren't they? Then he came in and they started playing well, and it's only been a couple of games, or even the one game I think, since he's been injured, and they were poor. They didn't create much, I don't think City did they?
Yeah, and listen, I mean, they've only got that no-name Sergio Aguero coming from as well, haven't they?
Yeah, obvioly he started, but again he was, he's been quiet a bit recently, and you think with the injury to Jesus, he'd try and win his place, but obviously Jesus might be out for the rest of the season. But if Aguero comes in now and starts banging them in like he used to, then even next season he'll be starting. But it's one of them. Like I said, though, I think Huddersfield chance is gone.
Yeah, no, that's very true indeed. Elsewhere, let's have a look what was happening elsewhere. Borough managed to score 3 goals in a game, which was unbelievable.
Like I've said a million times here, their name should be changed to Middlesbrough 0, because it's always going to be Middlesbrough 0. But yeah, when they were 2-0 up, I thought, they're going to cruise on to win this one. Obviously won it in the end, but Oxford showed fantastic character to come from 2-0 down, bring it back to 2-2. And momentum's a massive thing in football. At that point, I thought Oxford are going to do this here. Obviously, Borough's quality just shone through in the end.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Elsewhere, Antonio Conte's men didn't make the same mistake that Liverpool did, managing to get the win down at Molineux.
Yeah, and that's obviously the difference between the two sides. Chelsea just dispatched the Wolves quite professionally. No real trouble for Chelsea really, and it was the same with the other couple of games, with the other game that day as well. The Fulham, sorry, it was the day after, wasn't it? Actually, on Sunday, the Fulham Spurs one. But that one was like I was looking at that one thinking, this one could be an upset, because Fulham aren't horrendous. They've started to come into form a bit and things like that, and I thought Spurs might have put a weakened side out, but no. Kane obviously on song. I think Eriksen played well as well, and dispatched the Fulham quite easily.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And that Spurs Millwall tie is going to be looking pretty tasty. I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, definitely. Elsewhere, Man United managed to get themselves a win over Blackburn, but it looked a bit tricky at times, to be honest.
It did, and obviously Blackburn went 1-0 up. I watched that one actually. I remember thinking, like, how were Blackburn second bottom in the Championship? Because they were playing really well yesterday. I don't give Blackburn compliments, when I don't need to. But
I was going to say, yesterday they certainly don't.
They played well. Graham and Emnes were running the show in the first 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then United's quality just shone through, and United ended up getting the win.
Yeah, let's have a look at what's happening in the Football League as well then, Joe, because we're going to look at Brighton. They just look a slick outfit, managed to course past Barnsley, to be honest.
Well, they've not been great recently. The top two have been stuttering a bit recently in the Championship, and I had that one down because I know Barnsley's home form. I know they've sold a few players, but their home form, I think they beat Leeds at home and things like that. They've won a few games at home, and I remember thinking Barnsley could cause an upset here, but full credit to Brighton, they've come back from that poor run, and that's a big win. That is a good win and a big win that obviously takes them back to the top. Yeah, no doubt about that. Elsewhere, hard fought game over at Portman Road, but another one for Leeds where they just didn't see Whit fifth gear. Yeah, but these are the sort of games that Leeds would have lost last year. And no matter what league you're in, a point's never to be sniffed at away from home, and it keeps the score, it keeps the points ticking along, and it keeps the gap widening between them and seventh. Yeah, no doubt about that. Elsewhere, Wednesday solidifying their playoff spot as well against Forest, a 2-1 win there, and managing to get the wins there. I didn't think 6 strikers would work, but they're managing to make something work there. Yeah, they've started to look really, really good recently. Wednesday. Forest aren't in the greatest shape, but like if you go any like I said, a point's never to be sniffed at, so a win's not to be sniffed at away from home. And I thought they played well. They've been playing well recently. They picked up some good results, and I think the top 6 is probably going to stay the same. I think now, if anything, I think one of the top 6 will break into the top 2, with the way that they've been stuttering. But obviously Brighton won now, so they might start pulling away again. But time will tell. Yeah, certainly will do. Let's have a look at League One as well, because a couple of massive games. 27,000 over at Sheffield United against Scunthorpe, a real promotion 6-pointer there. And to be fair, it was a hard-fought game and a 1-1 draw. I suppose that's what they were going to be coming away with at some point. Yeah, I think it's a chance missed though for the Blades. Obviously Scunthorpe down to 10 men. I think it was early in the second half, if my memory serves me right. So I think, Blades will be disappointed with that one, but at least it keeps them top. Yeah, no doubt about that. And I suppose we have to move on to Bradford against Bolton, don't we? And 2-2 that one. Bradford going 2-0 up. Looked all rosy. Phil Parkinson comes back. What's the score, Parky? And we managed to throw that one away, and I just don't know how. Yeah, I was watching it on Soccer Saturday, that one, and I remember thinking, Danny will be happy with this one. 2-0 up, cruising. Obviously, everyone knows the recent history between Bolton and Bradford, and obviously it's a promotion 6-pointer as well up there. I remember thinking this is a massive win for them. Maybe now they can push on even to the top 2. Obviously, they ended up throwing it away. Yeah, again. And 21,000 there as well, and just cannot believe it. Let's move on before I get depressed again. Elsewhere, Fleetwood picking up another win against MK Dons. It's a good result for them, to be fair, there, Joe. Yeah, just 2 points off the top 2 now, Fleetwood. And Fleetwood in the Championship. This time 10 years ago, no one had ever heard of them. Obviously, I'm from Lancashire, so I'd have heard of them, things like that. But now it's just like I said, 2 points off the top two. Imagine them in the Championship next year. It'd be mental.
You can stand in the away end, watch the football, turn around, you can see the little working men. It's got a little telly on. They switched it off, didn't they? Because away fans didn't want to see Soccer Saturday at the same time that you were watching it. That's unbelievable.
I've covered a game at Fleetwood before, and it's in the main stand, the press bit, and the roof's that poor. I know it's a new stand, but the roof's that poor. It's just the way the wind comes on. My laptop was absolutely drenched, to put it that way. I was fuming. I remember thinking, this is when they're in at a poor side in League Two. I think they just got promoted. I remember thinking, these won't be around for long.
Yeah.
And now look at them. It's just full credit to them though. They've done really well.
Yeah, and full credit to Uwe Rosler, who's done an absolute top job there as well. Joe, it's always an absolute pleasure. We'll be back on Friday to have a look back at all of the weekend's action and look ahead to all of what's happening in sport as well. Remember to like and subscribe to Proper Sport today. Visit propersport.tv for all your latest sports news as well. We'll keep to date with everything happening in the world of sport. But as always, Joe, thanks a lot for watching.
Thanks for having me.
And we'll see you next time.